So, hello there, welcome to the new topic, permutations and combinations. Combination or combinations, whatever you like. So, what we are going to do in today's lecture is we are not going directly for permutation and combination, but what we will be doing that we'll understand some mathematical terms, few mathematical terms, and then we will move on to the topic. But few mathematical terms, as in कुछ ऐसी मैथमेटिक्स की चीजें जो अपने को आगे चल के हेल्प करेगी. सो यू नो देयर आर फ्यू मैथमेटिकल टर्म्स दैट you need to understand before understanding something else. Now, what there are things that you are never heard of or you are never even introduced with. But the thing is, let's just for a second we'll keep this permutation and combination for aside for a minute or so, for 15 minutes or 20 minutes, let's say. We will move on to the something new concept of maths. So let me tell you some few things about few concepts or topics about maths. Okay, so if I want to write, let me just write down maths. What do you think of this kind of stuff? You think very first thing जो अपने दिमाग में आता है वो ये आता है कि ये बहुत हार्ड है, ये बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स है, there are many x that we have to, for which we have to find y, and why are we suffering for this? I understand it completely on your side, but the thing is, without this kind of subject, without this kind of thing, we wouldn't have survived so many years. Now, by surviving, as in, let me just give you an example and tell you what I mean to teach you in today's session. If I want to say that you have to multiply first 5 numbers, what you are going to do is, you'll be saying, yeah, it's okay, it's easy. You just take 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. And the answer you will get over here will be 20, 60, and that is 120. Okay. If I say you multiply first 8 numbers, so what you will do is again 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6 into 7 into 8. Now you know up till यहाँ तक के it was 120. अब मेरे को इसको multiply करना है, then इसको. It's okay. Calculation we can do with calculator. So whatever the answer will be there. We are not concerned with the answer right now. If I say you have to multiply first, say 20 numbers, then what you will do is 1 into 2 into 3 into 5 into 6 into 7 up to what? 20. So you'll have to write down the entire numbers first. Then you'll have to keep on multiplying and until you reach 20, and then you will get some answer. That answer is what we have been asked for. Now the thing is, now really maths come into the picture and it helps us. And how does it help us is in this way that if I say that okay, you have to multiply first 5 number, so is there in some shorter way to write? एक कोई छोटा तरीका है मेरे पास में? You know, we always go for shortcuts. We as a human, we have invented cars and bikes and cycles, in short motor vehicles, just so that we should not walk, to make our walking easy, to make our time more efficient by using that time which we waste while walking. That is what we thought of, and we created a vehicle that is a shortcut in a way. We use a lot of shortcuts in our life, and there it is. The maths which I am going to talk about you is that only, that writing this kind of lengthy stuff is been reduced because of maths. And what it is, well, you are shocked by seeing that I have to multiply first 20 numbers, and not just multiply, you have to write down the first 20 numbers and then you have to write down the answer. So it's such a lengthy process. Why don't we make it short? So what human being invented in this kind of maths was, they invented something like this. They were shocked. Okay, I have to multiply first 5 numbers. So what I'm going to do is 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. So what they invented was this exclamatory mark, and that exclamatory came from the shock that they realized that they have such big calculations ahead with them. And furthermore, they didn't keep that name, the shock, or surprised, but they gave it a name, factorial. Yes, Yes, this is the mathematical term which I was talking to you about. A factorial, that is the mathematical concept of writing the multiplication of, writing the, keeping the multiplication short. But which multiplication? What multiplication? What are we talking about? हम यहाँ पे बात कर रहे हैं उन मल्टीप्लीकेशन की जिसमें पहले कुछ नेचुरल नंबर्स का मल्टीप्लीकेशन हो रहा है. इफ आई वांट टू राइट द सेट ऑफ नेचुरल नंबर, व्हाट इज द सेट ऑफ नेचुरल नंबर? 1 2 3 4 अप टू इंफिनिटी. जीरो डज नॉट कम इनटू नेचुरल नंबर, बट व्हाट डज कम इज 1 से चालू होकर इनफाइनाइट तक के जाते हैं अपन. एंड नाउ इफ आई वांट टू से दैट नेचुरल नंबर में के कुछ मेरे को नंबर्स है, उनका मेरे को मल्टीप्लीकेशन करना है इन सच ए वे दैट पहले 5, पहले 10, पहले 8, पहले 9, पहले 100, पहले 1000. जब मैं कुछ ऐसा बोलता हूं कि मल्टीप्लीकेशन ऑफ पहले 10 नंबर, पहले 20 नंबर, पहले 30 नंबर, इन दैट केस फैक्टोरियल का इंट्रोडक्शन होता है. किसका? फैक्टोरियल. लेट मी जस्ट राइट डाउन इट प्रॉपर्ली. फैक्टोरियल डिनोटेड बाय एक्सक्लेमेटरी मार्क जस्ट बिकॉज वी वर शॉक्ड कि अपने को इतना बड़ा मल्टीप्लीकेशन करना है. एंड देन एज सुन एज वी इन्वेंटेड दिस, नाउ वी आर रिलीव्ड. I feel relieved so much. जब भी मेरे को कोई बड़ा कैलकुलेशन करना होता है, पहले 20 नंबर, पहले 30 नंबर का, I just write it down in this way, and it's so easy for me to calculate them. I mean, what if they tell me to multiply first 100 numbers? It's simple now. I don't have to write 1 into 2 into 3. I just have to write 100 factorial. What if they say you have to multiply first, let's say 2n numbers, where n belongs to natural numbers. I mean, there are infinite numbers. So what you're going to do is you're going to give the factorial. So 2n factorial is nothing but a number जिसमें पहली बात तो n के सारे नंबर आ रहे हैं 1 2 3 4 और मल्टीप्लीकेशन भी 2n टाइम्स हो रहा है. Such kind of things जिसमें प्रोडक्ट हो रहा है नेचुरल नंबर का और फर्स्ट n नेचुरल नंबर का. फर्स्ट n नेचुरल नंबर का मल्टीप्लीकेशन is nothing but your factorial. So if I want to give you in general idea, what is factorial? Let's say I have to calculate n factorial. Then n factorial is nothing but n, let me just write down in this way, 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 up to which, कहां तक के जाएंगे अपन? वो नंबर जहां तक के अपने को जाना है. So I will go up to n. I will go up to n. But let me just write down इसके पहले का नंबर. जैसे 5 फैक्टोरियल था तो मैंने कहा तक के गया, मैं 5 तक के गया. 5 के पहले लेकिन एक नंबर ये 4, मतलब क्या था यहाँ पे? इफ आई वांट टू राइट इट इन जनरल n के फॉर्म में, दिस वाज माय n एंड सॉरी लेट मी जस्ट राइट डाउन इन डिफरेंट कलर. ओके, नाउ इट्स ओके. ये मेरा n था. सो दिस इज माय n minus 1, दिस इज माय n minus 2, दिस इज माय n minus 3 एंड दिस इज माय n minus 4. व्हाट माय n वाज? माय n वाज 5. ओवर हियर व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू राइट इज n minus 1. इसके यहाँ पे n minus 2 अप टू सो ऑन. दिस इज द टर्म जिसमें n minus minus 1 हो जाएगा, सॉरी n minus n plus 1, so that will you get giving you 1. anyway मेरे को क्या बताने का है कि n factorial looks like in this way, 1 into 2 into 3, 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into up to n minus 1 into n. Now the very interesting concept is, what is the multiplication of 2 into 3? It's 6. And what is the multiplication of 3 into 2? It's 6. So it is okay for me to write down this concept again in such a way that I can write down it in reverse order also. Reverse order. As in, let me just write it down in this way. n, then comes my n minus 1, then comes my n minus 2, so on up to 3 into 2 into 1. That is where we are going to stop. 1. That is where we have to stop. We started from 1, we ended up with n. We started with n, we are ending up with 1. And since the multiplication of 3 into 2 is equal to 3 into 2 into 3, hence the multiplication of 1 up to n numbers or n up to 1 numbers is going to be the same. And thus n factorial, and thus let me just bring it up here, over here. They are same. So whether I write factorial in this way or in this way, it doesn't matter. What matters is there is a multiplication of first n natural numbers. So if I want to say the general definition of factorial, this is what factorial is. And what does it helps us? Why do we have introduced factorial? Why there is a need to study factorial? It's very simple. To ease the calculation part, to ease out the writing stuff, to ease out the big complex stuff. in a shorter and simpler way. That is factorial, my friends. Factorial is nothing but a calculating tool that we used while multiplicating big numbers, too many numbers if I want to say, at a time, and then it makes us it helps us in solving things easy. So in short factorial क्या होता है? Factorial होता है पहले n natural numbers का multiplication, and the notation for factorial is this exclamatory mark. कोई भी नंबर के आगे अगर आपने exclamatory mark दे दिया, let's say 1 factorial, it will be going to be 1, क्योंकि 1 के आगे कोई नंबर ही नहीं है. 2 factorial, it is going to be 1 into 2. 3 factorial, it is going to be 1 into 2 into 3. And often there has been a practice that कि हम उसको reverse order में लिखते हैं. Why so? वो समझेगा अभी, मैं तुमको भी बताता हूँ. Now look at over here 3 factorial. 3 factorial में क्या नई चीज आई है apart from 3? यहाँ पे 2 into 1 आया है. And what 2 into 1 denotes? 2 into 1 denotes 2 factorial. And now I can rewrite this in the form of this 3 into 2 factorial. So writing 3 factorial or writing 3 into 2 factorial is same, and that is why we often consider in a reverse order manner rather than in straight order, or you can say ascending order. We prefer descending order because it helps us in writing this way, and this is very important. It helps us in calculation. You will understand it later on. So we are talking about just factorial now, strictly factorial. Let me take the 4 factorial. So it is 1 into 2 into 3 into 4, but in order to write it in reverse way, so it is 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Now there are, apart from this 4, there is 3 into 2 into 1, and that is 3 factorial, and I can write it in this way, 3 factorial, and over here 4 into 3 factorial, or I can just write it out, this in another form as 4 into, let me just take blue, 3 into 2 factorial. So writing it out as a 4 factorial is same as writing out as 3 factorial, is same as writing out as 3 into 4 into 3 into 2 factorial. They are the same, and so it goes on for infinite numbers. So what factorial is? Why maths? Why I just started off with maths is because I want to show you the beauty of maths, where it helps us in so many concepts that we do not understand why there is need and why do we study. It is important because यहाँ पे it's really helpful for us. Now if I want to find out multiplication of first 20 numbers, so it's easy for me to write down 20 factorial, and it's okay, I have to do the calculation, but it's just okay for me. It's just so nice for me that I don't have to write this entire stuff 1 into 2 into 3 up to 20. I just have to write 20 exclamatory mark and I'm done, and I'm surprised that I'm done with the multiplication also. So there it is, maths. You always fear about maths, but do not fear when I'm here. So okay guys, that's it from me for today's session. Factorial it was. Factorial is nothing but the multiplication of first and natural numbers. Natural numbers does not include 0, and since it does not include 0, you cannot write over here as 0 because it will make no sense. It will make the entire statement meaningless, and hence there is no 0 mentioned in the natural number set also. Not just because कि factorial की वजह से उसमें नहीं है, natural number, you know what natural number is, and that's why there is no 0 in factorial. And here are some few factorials that we have understood today. So factorial it was, and in upcoming sessions we'll understand more and we'll practice more about factorials. Till then, that's it from me guys. Thank you.